That first Ari game from him in that series was a banger.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, if you can find those charms now onto Miru, onto Snaker as well. And Leviatan once again moving up to this top side, pretty much one-shot one of the little grubs right here, as Jose Dioda would love to try and get involved in this.
One secured by Leviatan already. Jose Dioda coming around the corner. No level 6 is secured just except for Cody, actually, and Miru.
Yeah.
That's a big Spirit Rush for the Ahri coming around on the flank angle. And Isurus Estral, no, they're getting the call from Miru. Watch out for the Ahri. He goes for the committal. Lands the charm onto Ackerman into the Blitzcrank hook. Seo with the follow-up damage. Flashing from Scary to seal the deal. And it's first blood for Leviatan. Is there anything that IE can find on the back of this? Snaker, still pretty deadly, but Cody dashing back in to threaten to push them back and avoid extending this fight. One part of that, it's always a very risky pick when you take this champion in professional, but he's hitting the hooks he needs to hit to get the pressure onto these important targets. Another charm lands on Tamiri, interrupting the dive forward. Scary doesn't have the flash, isn't quite in range. There he is, gets in with the grasping roots and the ultimate as well, with the Spirit Rush coming down. Cody and Scary finally knock down the Jace.
And just a little bit too...
And the feat will be theirs. Seo, again, as usual, left on his lonesome down in the bot side. But we do at least have regular lane assignments a little bit late, it must be said. Zothvi into Birdle, not looking quite so hot for Leviatan right now.
No, and this is really why you take the Poppy. It's just such a good neutralizer. It has so much early base damage as well that there's not a lot that the Cassante can do. I think going all out is the best way to go about this, but you're already too chunked and that cost you a little bit.
Perhaps waiting for Pro Delta to come through, serving into the arms, into the hook as well. And another secure by Leviatan. Oh. There it is, third kill, feat of warfare, and Pro Delta being part of it again.
Absolutely immaculate performance from Pro Delta so far.
Control IE gets to start off these last two themselves.
At this point, job's already done for Leviatan. They've denied the feet, the notch on the feet going their way, but they might want more.
Ooh, they maybe trying to predict the hook that Pro Delta doesn't land it. Gets away from the Varus up. Cody with the fast TP in. Lovely charm onto Jose. And Seo picks it up now. Snaker under fire. The top laners joining from the north side. Zothvi, though, on the outside looking in. Cody looking for more of the Spirit Dashes. The charm expertly sidestepped by Miru. Now the hook onto Snaker, though. Pro Delta, he missed one, but he's right back to winning ways. And with the carries both fallen, Leviatan cannot be stopped. Seo picks up the double, and Miru will be harangued away from the tower. Cody likely to be given the credit eventually. Maybe they'll just give it to Pro Delta. The tower will give it to Cody here. There it is. And now Leviatan are 7 kills to 1.
The Gringos are losing all of their credibility. Probably not ideal, but I genuinely think that when you are playing triple poke, you probably just hook them anyway because you're going to have the DPS to take them out, especially when you're so far ahead.
Yeah, they definitely have drafted themselves the tools, and they're playing on point as well. Things like, you know, when the Blitzcrank works, it's great. When it doesn't, it's awful. The flash getting away from Snaker easily. The hook was on the mark, but not quite in range. And Pro Delta loses his life for the pleasure. Finally, Leviatan get a little bit big for their britches and try to pull off a dive that doesn't work out.
Yeah, nice work from Isurus Estral as we get to see this, just for no other reason other than the fact that it'd be funny to see Atacon be the neutral objective it once again. But yeah. Either way, the turrets have fallen. Yeah, it's actually really change relatively soon as Ackerman gets in.
Yeah, grabs Ackerman, and when oh, hang on a second, Pro Delta suffering at the hands of Snaker. That's the flash away, but Seo maybe has an angle in here. The Gatling gun, the barrier just holds him. Ackerman has to flash as well. Single-digit HP off the Unbreakable Will, and Jose Dioda's ult committed. Scary dropping the Maokai ult, but cannot find any targets. Zothvi round the corner. Pro Delta with another hook onto the Zyra, skates away from the roots, and Zothvi chasing down the Isurus Estral jungler will finally find his mark as the mid lane tower falls. the weaving attempt by Jose Dioda, I respect it, as the Herald goes down as well. The pace from Leviatan staying high.
Yeah, now they can look to transition this from the tier 1 mid lane into maybe bot lane, into maybe top lane. We've already got Zothvi working his way through the wave down in that bot side, so 2 turrets for the price of 1.
Feeling a lot more comfortable dealing with this.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a lot more, it's definitely an extra element of safety, just in the tenacity, so you can get out of charms faster, you get out of the roots faster, but also the little bits of magic resist versus Maokai and Ahri definitely going to be very useful, especially when the Maokai has a Dark Seal and a Liandry's in his back pocket. So it's a very heavy AP for the Maokai, in fairness, as Zothvi is now, fancies a fight with Birdle, but Jose's right here.
This has been going on for about 8,000 years, and we've seen Zothvi in this position before. Gets a little bit too aggressive, tries to find advantageous fights, and takes too long to get the job done. Again, he's rotated on and loses his life.
But this is going to come at a cost for Isurus here. They're going to lose this top tier 1 turret, lose a little bit of prio around this top side, and if I'm not mistaken, I think that's where the Atachan is spawning. So that's going to be a lot of vision going down. But Isurus Estral, they're not just happy with the kill here. They fancy themselves an extra turret.
Yeah, and Leviatan have still full committed up here. The flash from Miryu, a little late, but lovely hammer strike. Gets him to safety. Prodelta not quite in range for the hook, as down goes the inner in that bot side. Lovely little bit of extra gold in the pocket of Isurus Estral, and Leviatan, they've committed so much up here. They'd really love to get something, but the wave has only just arrived.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to see the Poppy be able to make it out. The Zyra just now channeling her recall. Tier 2 turret is going to go down, and I like this from Leviatan. They committed to not taking the
Test
Atachan.
them. Brodol back on the full HP, but no flash still on Snaker. No flash on Miryu. Only Jose Diodo has one, and if the hook lands, that's just going to be curtains. Zothvi still working on the mid lane. Leviatan down to half HP. Remember, the Atachan does pretty significant damage. Scary's not happy about it. They've managed to catch up Prodelta. Isurus Estral has swarmed over there, and they've got the 5-stack all coalesced. Leviatan need to give up the space.
But now, is he gone? He's in the middle of all of them.
He's just kind of wandered into the river like a lost lamb and lost his life at the end of it. Charm onto Brodol. The damage from Seo is almost enough to take him down. They do get the Atachan buff just in time to secure the withdrawal. And finally, Isurus Estral, it feels like for the first time all game, get a proper win on the map.
It's right, you've got Prodelta, Scary, Cody, Zothvi. They all want to go forward. Importantly, into Zyra plants. Jose is 200 CS in this game, doing very well for himself, and Seo now forced to flash. They've got all the tools to be able to take this fight if they can get to a game on parity.
Malkael again slipping past Burdol, and Seo losing his flash without really a good reason. The Keeper's Verdict charged up, but held, not committed, as Dragon secured by Isurus Estral. Mountain Soul Point, the ult onto Akram, but he's got the ult to keep himself alive, and Prodelta falls first. Beautiful knockup from Zothvi, but where's the damage from Leviatan? Cody and Seo need to get stuck in, and again, Isurus Estral members, they slip away with low HP bars.
And we see the issue with hooking the Alistair. Yeah, Prodelta lands a hook, but he lands it on the person that can CC him immediately. Ulti from Ackerman into the knockup, and that means that Isurus Estral can turn onto the Blitzcrank. Now, flank from Ackerman. Actually, with the withdraw, he can just go in.
They lost one for Miryu already, and he was looking to maybe get deep in behind the line.
As they are right now, definitely scares me, because at the minute, Prodelta hasn't been finding key targets. The Corki hasn't had the opportunity to dish out the damage like we know that it can. And Cody, for the last 10 minutes or so, has been relatively muted.
Prodelta looking to find an angle onto Miryu right here. Doesn't find the knockup, and the TPs are committed. A flash away from the hook. And now Leviatan need to make the best of this position right here. Who's coming up? It's Burdol. Can easily force the engagement. Jose Diodo round the corner. Looks for an ultimate. Cody can't find the charm as well. Ackerman and Snake are looking for an angle. Both teams escape into their respective sides, but i.e. they end up in control of the river. There's a scuttle to grab. The Baron, a factor as well. Prodelta gets a hook onto the tank as well. Burdol, big damage taken, but he's still knocked down. A flash in from Jose. Lovely multiple knockup, and Snaker dives in to follow. And just like that, Isurus Estral decisive in the key moments in this tiebreaker, and they wipe out Leviatan.
Prods gives and Prods taketh away. He hooks in the Poppy, and Burdol signs the death note for Leviatan. The Baron will fall. Jose will flash in and take down all four.
And if you look at Isurus Estral, Miryu, multiple titles. Jose Diodo, multiple titles. Snake and Ackerman, titles. Burdol, LCK experience, LGD experience. Ackerman under the tower from a hook once again. But Leviatan, Seo, yes, has that championship winning quality. Cody, I think, as well. But Scary, Prodelta, Zothvi, we just haven't seen this performance in the big matches, you know, the big high pressure moments. And maybe we are seeing a little bit of a crack here right now. Miryu will sidestep it, but once they lost control of that game, it seems like Leviatan are struggling.
The entire course of the game. If you randomly find a hook onto Snaker when he doesn't have Edge of Night available, you turn the entire complexion of the game. But we haven't seen that happen yet. And it's the case of when, in, and if, more those than anything.
Seo under pressure again, the TP's rolling in for another 5v5 on the front line. Scary, in fact, dropping very, very low. Gets away from the host of the ultimate, but Seo and Cody have been shoved back by Birdall. This Poppy is controlling the front line so effectively, and Leviatan are the ones getting split apart. Their front line evaporates.
Yeah, Birdall's spacing is just beautiful. What he does in these team fights is so crucial for the team, and Isurus Estral still have that Baron. They can still look to siege down this mid lane. That cannon minion going to do so much work. Pro Delta yet to find one of those big ticket hooks, and Cody and Seo, they may still be alive, but they just don't have enough in them to defend this.
And they're just pushing down with the Baron inexorably. Isurus Estral with an inhib, likely at least to be the casualty. Birdall prepping the bot wave as well. We could see 2 inhibs snapped up depending on the timers that IE are working with. Pro Delta sees if he can look for an angle to protect it. There's just no one to help him.
Regardless of how this game goes, the top seed instead just kind of walks into the mid lane, catches the wave nice and high, and they're looking to stop this soul from going down. This is the Hail Mary.
Birdall again, trying to address on the scary, the double bouncy house of the Seo and Pro Delta, and there's the CC combo once again. Isurus Estral take control of another team fight, and Cody and Seo, they just can't burn through this Poppy, man. He's unkillable on the front line. Zoffy gets deep onto Snaker, but with the rest of the team to back him up, this Varus is not going down anytime soon, and Leviatan again corralled back, pushed into their jungle as they are hounded by Isurus Estral.
And just when you think you're going to take down Birdall, he still has flash available. So he takes all of this damage and then just flashes out when he's about to die. TP's back in on full HP, and with 1 inhib down and 2 members off the board, Isurus Estral, they want the end.
Cody comes off the fountain to try and defend this one. 1 tower's fallen, the other one as well, soon to follow. Birdall once again absorbing all of the damage, and the rest of Isurus Estral turn on the vulnerable members. Leviatan, they looked so good today versus Pain. They looked so in control in the early game, but ultimately 1 slip up, and Isurus Estral pounced and secured first seed for the LTA South, going